Greetings, everyone. Thank you for
Hey,
tuning
everybody.
in. We are back for another one, honey. Another one. We are halfway through the year, so it is time for our vegan Juneteenth cook-off, kick-off, however you want to call it. I hope everyone's doing well on your end. We are the Afro-Vegan Society. If you don't know, now you know. Come in and get to know us. My name is Ray. I am the Director of Operations for Afro-Vegan Society.
I'm Jasmin. I'm the Donor Relations Manager.
Hello, and I'm Jessica, or Jess. Either or is fine. And I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for AVS.
So everyone, come on in and get cozy. Kick your feet up. Whatever you have that's going to make you comfortable doing this, go get it. Take a couple seconds. We want you to have a good time right along with us. So we're ready to get it started. So again, it's Juneteenth coming up, right? So we wanted to get some recipes together to help you get through cookout season. You know, graduation season is pretty much done. You've got prom season pretty much done. And now that it's actually starting to get hot outside and summer is right around the corner, it's cook-off season and you don't want to get caught unaware. So we're here to help you get some ideas, some influences, anything that you might need so that you can still turn up and have a party, but with your own food. Mm-hmm. So let's go through what we are doing for you this evening. So as you know, I'm usually the mixologist, but I'm going to take a pause on mixing the cocktails because I'm actually using some spirits on pineapples to do a grilled pineapple over a burger with some grilled veggies. For my beverage, I'm just going to do some water. It's hot, okay? So I'm just going to do some water, and it's going to have some infused fruits in it. That is it.
Okay, so I will be making for my drink, it's going to be a watermelon lemonade. It sounds so refreshing. It'll be my first time having it too. So my version is non-alcoholic, but of course, if you'd like, you can of course spike it with a little vodka or whatever your spirit of choice is. So yeah, I'm making watermelon lemonade for my drink. And for my dish, we all need our sides at the cookout, whether it be potato salad. So I'm going to make a pasta salad. So it should be really good.
Okay, so for me, I'll be doing a peach mint tea because it is peach season from April to October. So I said I'll go ahead and get some peaches because they're freshest at this time and they're pretty affordable because they're in season. And then for my main dish, I'm going to be doing some barbecue jackfruit sliders.
Mm-hmm. That all sounds so good. I'm excited.
Yes, indeed.
I wish that I could have a little bit of yours and a little bit of yours.
I know.
That would be perfect.
That's the thing. Everyone's food is so good. It's like, I wish I had some of that on my plate.
Yeah. Well, y'all can all combine it once you see what we all make. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone, if you want to check in, let us know where you're from. Go ahead and get down. And I am going to go get to it for my very simple, refreshing drink. Okay. All right. So again, like I said, I'm keeping it simple. You know, it's hot out. And even if you do partake in a cocktail or two, you know, sometimes if it's hot, you just want to keep it real simple. One of the most important things that you need to do is make sure you hydrate, okay? Have to stay hydrated. We don't want you falling out in these streets, okay? So we want everyone to stay hydrated. Water is one of the best things to do. Some people are like, I don't like water. You know, it's not my thing. Well, here's an idea for how to make sure you stay hydrated and add a little flavor to it without having to add any added sugars or anything like that. So what I've done is have a water infuser. And you can get a water infuser from nearly anywhere these days. I believe I got this from either Amazon or like a Marshall's or a Target. I've had it for so long and I specifically break these out for the summertime because usually I like drinking water just plain usually, but when it's summertime I like to jazz it up a little bit so you can feel like you're doing something. I get my nice little fancy glass and pour it in there. Might cut up a little bit of extra fruit, you know, just to be a little fancy. And you can do that too when you show up to the cookout or you have a cookout of your own. So with my infuser here, I kept it simple. I did blackberry, I did lemon, and I did mint. Just cut them up. And for the mint, like I do with all my herbs, put a little friction into them after you finish washing them. Some you might take a smack, some you might want to roll a little bit just to make sure the flavors are released. And I put that in my infuser. And usually with these size pitchers, I might go 1 to 2 days. I wouldn't let it go for like longer than that because the fruit can get a little icky. But yeah, and they also have fruit infused cups. So if you want something to take on the go, you can get yourself a fruit infused cup. And then that way it's pretty handy and you make sure you're hydrated with a little bit of fruit in there. And then you can always, the bonus is you can eat the fruit when you're done. So that's my simple drink. Again, let me get up in here so you can see that. See the mint, the blackberry, and the lemon. And if you need inspiration for any type of water drinks that you want to put together, you can always just search online. Again, as a group full of resources, we want to remind you that things are at your fingertips with the www. So just look up some different types. You can do like a watermelon, basil, you know, it is summertime. You want to cut up a couple chunks in that. And then, of course, you can eat the watermelon when you're done. You can do raspberries. You can do like most of these water-based fruits. And you don't have to necessarily put in any herbs. You can just do a different fruit combination if you'd like. You can just do one fruit. It's up to you, whatever you like. And try out different ones. I mean, if you don't like the flavor combination, you can just eat the fruit. Obviously, if you got it, you like the fruit. So, you know, you can just eat the fruit and try again. Again, it's water. You know, you didn't spend a lot of money on it. It's water. So yeah, again, blackberry, mint, lemon. I didn't add anything, no agave or anything like that. Comes out, it looks like water. So you can act like a gangster all around your friends. Like, listen, all I drink is water, okay? And they don't have to know the difference that you have fruit infused water. Or if you want to impress them and say, well, hey, I have fruit in my water. I don't know what's in your water, but I have fruit in my water. However you want to flip it, just a refreshing way for you to get your refreshment on. Again, please, please stay hydrated. We want you guys to keep coming back for these lives. We don't want you laid out anywhere. We want you tuned in so we can just vibe with you, okay? All right, thanks. Drink up. All right, so let me go back to the group so we can get on with our next delicious drink.
I love that, Ray. I love the infused water because it just gets you excited about it. And then also, like if you have like one of those water infuser bottles, you can put the fruit in and take it around. It's so aesthetically pleasing. So it's like people looking like, oh, what's that? So
absolutely. I do want to, it was too hot to go outside. Like where I'm at, it was in the 90s today. I don't do that. But what I did want to do was kind of, as I go through the summer, kind of put it out like on the windowsill or put it on the patio, let the sun get to it. You know what I mean? Let it get to warming up a little bit, then put it back in the fridge. So I'm excited to do that now that the season is here.
Yep. Now I do see some people commenting in the comment section. So hello, Rochelle. Hello, Bernadette. Hello, the plant-based vegan. Callisto asked us, how do you differentiate the food served at those events? I feel like cookout season starts around graduation time. So I think it's pretty much the same foods because it's all like grilled foods, cookout foods, so pretty much along the same basis. What do you guys think?
One thing that I do like to do is, especially if you're bringing your own, I like to keep utensils separate. So if that's important to you when you show up, you know, if you bring your own utensils, you know, just let everyone know, like, listen, keep this utensil with that. And again, like if you're showing up at someone else's house, always ask, especially if they know that you're making, you know, like healthier eating choices. You have no idea what type of conversation might strike up, you know, you might have other people say, oh, well, let me taste what you brought.
Right. Definitely agree. So I'm just keep going. So hello, Nature Girl 215. Hello, Megan. She said that she's making watermelon lemonade. Sounds delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, Dee. Hello, Janine. Hello, Nancy from the Bronx. She said that she's having hibiscus tea. Very refreshing.
Okay.
Paula from North Carolina. Nancy. Tori. Gray from VA, Nancy, Ruth, Linda, and Tosh. So, hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Keep letting us know where you are from and what you're making.
Absolutely.
All right, Jazz, I'll let you take it away.
All right.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
There we go.
Here we go.
All right, guys. So again, I'm making a peach mint tea because again, it's peach season. So like I said earlier, it's so easy to get a hold of some peaches. You can even go to a peach farm or to your local grocery market. They're in season, and the ones that's growing now are so sweet because it's their time to grow. So I'll go ahead and go through all my ingredients and then I'll put it together. So again, I'm using peach. I'm using some black tea. I picked this up from Couples. It's a local black-owned tea shop in Baltimore. If you know the Baltimore area, downtown Baltimore on Howard Street, you can go get you some. They have a storefront. And then I was inspired by Jessica C. last happy hour. She used vanilla in her drink, so I'm gonna use a splash of vanilla in my peach mint tea. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I already cut up some peaches and I just put a half a teaspoon of sugar in them, just to extract some of the juices. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in my blender and I'm gonna add a half a cup of water. So it's gonna get a little loud. So close your ears. So prior to cutting them up, you can choose to leave the skin on or take the skin off. I left my skin on because I have a nut milk bag that I'm going to go ahead and drain my peach juice from. But if you're not going to be straining it, you can just go ahead, take the skins off, and then just use that pulp because it's all going to be delicious. So I'm just going to go ahead and strain mine into a bowl so that I don't have the peach skin and I just have like the nice liquidy juice. And nut milk bags are a great way. So if you don't have a juicer, just get yourself a nut milk bag from your, I got mine from Amazon or Target or your local grocery store. They have those. You blend your juice up, or you blend your fruits and your veggies or whatever you want to blend to make juice, and you just have fresh juice with that you strain through the nut milk bag. Okay, so now that I have my peach juice, and now that I have my black tea, I went ahead and I brewed this prior to so I can let it cool down. But I just have 1 packet of black tea. I boiled some mint leaves in the water, and I added a tablespoon of sugar. So I let that cool down, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my glass. And I just followed the directions on the packet. I used 8 ounces of water to 1 packet. So I'm gonna use all of that there. So my mint and black tea. And then I'll go ahead and add my peach juice. Give that a stir around, and I'm gonna go ahead and just add a small splash of my vanilla extract. And that just like gives it that nice creamy, I don't know if it's creamy, but it just like elevates the flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it around. And then lastly, I had made some ice cubes. And in my ice cubes, I just froze some peaches, some mint leaves, and some lemon juice. So this is what they're looking like. So when it melts down, then I'll have the mint and the peach bits in there. I'm gonna just go ahead and drop that in my water. And it's the same way. So you can Put some fruit into your ice cubes and then add that to your water to upgrade the flavor during the summertime. Let me just add all of those in. Give that a mix around, and there we have it, peach mint lemonade. Give that a taste. That's delicious.
Jasmin.
Those
And
are so
I love the addition. Oh, I'm muted.
You're laughing.
Oh, okay. I'll just say it. I love the addition of the vanilla to the drink. I feel like that probably adds a component of flavor that you wouldn't expect. So it sounds really good. Gotta try it.
And you're not gonna you're gonna sit there and stun on us with those fancy cubes, okay?
You just start looking at the comments. Kalisto suggested putting edible flowers, and that would be so beautiful.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to try that next time.
Yes. I think Kalisa make a couple comments. She said she loves the grilled peaches. She's throwing it up with fruit over there. She recommended doing a tahini rim with a watermelon drink. Add that with the spice. I'm gonna let y'all in on a not so secret. Okay. I do not like any type of melon at all.
No.
I envy people that do. It's so hydrating. It's so. I wish I did like melon. It's so hydrating, but I can't. No. I take personal offense anytime somebody. I can't even eat a fruit salad that has watermelon. Because if you took it out, I could taste it. So I don't do any types of melon. Sorry. You can tell me. That's okay. I wouldn't consider it a problem. It's been all my life, so I'm okay with that.
Is it texture? Is it flavor? What is it? Or is it all of it?
It's just a flavor. Okay, so just to be a little personal, my mom was pregnant with me during the summer, and she every day ate some type of melon. So she literally ate enough for the rest of my life. I'm good.
My goodness.
Like, since I cannot do any type of melon. I have never liked them at all. So, unfortunately, only time I kind of envy the melon eaters is this time of season when it's it's juicy and they're talking about how good it is and putting the different flavors like the tahini.
Right. When it's so hot, you just have that nice juicy fruit. It just raises the level, right? Yeah. I say great eggs. So I have the Couples. It's called Couples. It's a loose leaf tea, but they give like a mesh bag inside. So loose leaf tea inside the mesh bag. So.
All right, let's see where we got some more check-ins from. We got Hampton, New Jersey, Maine, Bronx, South Carolina, San Diego. Hey, T from B More. North Carolina, Detroit. Okay, from all over, y'all. Charleston, hot Texas. I hear that. Hey, Tosh. We got Southern Cali, Silver Spring. Yeah, checking in from all over. We appreciate y'all. Let us know what you're thinking about these drinks. I see Plant-Based Vegan says, I love infusing my water with raspberry, mint, and lemon. I hear that. That sounds refreshing. Yeah, check in. Let us know. And then we're going to go ahead over to the lovely Jess.
Hello.
So you can give us the idea of what's going on your end.
Yes. Hello, hey everybody. Welcome to me. So as stated earlier, I'm going to make a watermelon lemonade. Now this version is virgin, so non-alcoholic, but if you would like, of course you can add your liquor of choice. So of course what you're going to need is watermelon, lemons, mint for garnish, sugar, water. And you could use sparkling water or regular water. I'm going to use regular, and that is it. It is so simple. So to get started, of course you need your watermelon. So here, so I have the flesh, see if you can see that, of about a medium-sized watermelon. And thankfully, this watermelon was already really juicy. I don't know if you can see that juice in there. But you do need 4 to 6 cups of watermelon juice. So I'm going to take the flesh from the watermelon. And of course, I would recommend to try your best to find a seeded watermelon. I know seedless is tempting, and I learned that, of course, when putting the flesh into here, how taxing it can be to take out the seeds. But seeded watermelon is so much better for you. It's how the fruit comes. So mine was seeded, but beware, you may have some seeds to fish out. So I'm going to take my watermelon and I'm going to put it into a blender over here. So cover your ears, it's going to be slightly loud. I have my pitcher right here. I'm going to pour in my watermelon flesh. Oh yeah. And just that's not even, that's like I say half of it, and it fills it all the way up. So I probably won't need this much. We're only gonna go for 4 to 6 cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. Cover your ears. Watermelon is such a soft fruit that took very, very little time to blend. So look at that. This is all fresh watermelon juice. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to strain it. So we need 4 to 6 cups. So I have my cup here, and I'm going to measure out, let's do 6 to get that watermelon flavor. So I'm just going to pour it into my strainer directly into my pitcher. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this together. So we have 1. Okay. Go ahead and put your strainer in the pitcher. Try not to make a mess. All right. The strainer is important just to catch any watermelon seeds. Like the little white ones. Of course, I took out the black ones. Any flesh, any pulp, that wouldn't be good for your drink. So that's 1 cup. So this is 2. All right, 3. 4. This is going to be perfect. I think this is just enough. And some left over. Be careful. It is a little bit of slow drip, but it's coming. All right, this is 5. And then 1 more cup. This should be good. Okay. Yeah, strainer's a little slow, so I'm gonna help it along. Your strainer may need a little help with all the watermelon flesh coming out. So we're getting there. It's a little patience. Yeah, and it's so clear. You can see all the foam at the top from the watermelon juice. All right. Let's get it through the strainer. Okay. So, all right. So we have our 6 cups of fresh watermelon juice. So to add to that, you're going to need a cup of fresh lemon. So I don't know if you saw me off to the side of the camera. I was squeezing my lemon. So we're almost at a cup. I think about 1 more will get us there. So fresh lemon juice. Fresh is always better, right? I think so. Let's see. I think 1 more slice. Okay. See. One more slice to do it. And then we'll have our 6 cups. So this took about about 6 lemons, depending on the size. About this size lemon. So let's do one more squeeze, and we'll have our cup of lemon juice. Do a little workout. But of course, things like the juicer will make this easier. I use the blender just because I don't have a juicer. But if you have a juicer, that'll make it that much easier to get your watermelon. So we have our cup of fresh lemon. Just going to pour that into the pitcher along with our fresh watermelon juice. Now to that, we're going to add 4 to 6 cups of water. You can use sparkling if you have it. But for me, I'm just going to make a traditional lemonade. So bottled water for me. 1, 2. But I bet the sparkling will give it a little zing, so you could try that. This is 3. I think we're gonna make 4, so that should be good. I think the flavors will really come through with less water. So almost, not quite overflowing, but we got it there. So of course you need sugar, right? So it calls for 2 cups of sugar. If you like it less sweet, of course you could do just 1 cup. But I'm gonna do 2, and I'm using raw cane sugar. You could also use agave, but this particular recipe called for the sugar. So measuring my 2 cups. All right, my sugar, it's 1. 1 more. Perfect. I had just enough left in my sugar jar. So another cup of sugar. And we're going to give it a stir. Look at that. Pour a little bit out. The sugar made it overflow a little bit. Okay, there we go. Try to minimize your spills around here. All right, so we just want to give it a stir until we see it dissolve as much as we can from the bottom. So, all right. Looks pretty good and dissolved to me. So I'm going to get my glass. That's it. It's just our watermelon juice that we blended, fresh squeezed lemonade, water, and sugar. So I'm excited. So I have my glass over here. I have a little lemonade, not lemonade, a little watermelon and mint to garnish. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a pour. You can also add ice, actually. I'm going to put a few cubes in here, and then I'll show you the finished product. So I can just gather my ice. Because I don't know where you are in the country, but it is hot. I imagine for most parts wherever you are, it is too. And there you have it. Our little watermelon lemonade. Looks refreshing to me. I'm going to give it a taste. Oh. Yes, I'm not even kidding. I think it worked because my watermelon was just so naturally juicy. Like when I was taking out the flesh, it was like piles of juice in it. And I was like, yes. And I have like a whole bunch of fresh watermelon juice to spare. So it's really, really good. I suggest you guys try it.
It looks good, Jess. I love the watermelon on the side. And is that a little umbrella?
No,
on the drink?
I just cut it. I try to invest. Yeah, and it's just some mint for garnish.
Okay.
Of course, you can add a lemon slice too.
Right.
That's fancy. That makes me think poolside right there.
You know, that's what I was thinking. It is like, I mean, I feel like watermelon is like the ultimate summer fruit, and lemonade to combine them.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make it, and I'm telling you, it is really good. So
it looks good.
It looks like a vacation drink.
Yes, oh my gosh! Imagine I'm gonna put it in the fridge so it'll get even colder. So yes,
And it's the froth at top for me. Like that's like literally the icing.
Yes, it is really good. I'm telling you.
I love it. Well, you've got some ideas of some nice, delicious beverages. So let us know what you think. And I see y'all giving vibes. I see y'all sharing tips. Feel free to share some more. Let us know what type of drinks you're planning to make this summer that you might have gotten inspired by. So now that we've done the drink portion, let's go ahead and move into the food, okay?
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and start with Jazz so she can tell us what she's got cooking up in her kitchen.
All right, hey everybody again. So for the food portion today, I'm making some barbecue jackfruit sliders. So I'll go ahead and show you my ingredients. I'm going to be using a half a cup of onions. I just use a yellow onion and I dice those up. I'm using some jackfruit, canned jackfruit. Of course, you can use fresh jackfruit. You can usually find it in like your local Asian market. I got mine from Whole Foods, but I've also seen it in Trader Joe's or Shoppers. But this is what it looks like when you take it out of the can. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I've already went ahead and shredded it. So I just took my hands and I just pulled it apart so that we get like some shredded pieces. So just go on with your hands and it will literally break down into shredded pieces. And that's what we want. Okay, so now that I got that going, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my onions to my pot with some oil. So I'm just gonna coat the bottom of my pan here with a little avocado oil. I already had the pan heating up. I'm gonna just go ahead and add my onions and let them saute until they become sort of like a translucent color. Alright, so while I'm waiting for my onions to go ahead and become translucent and cook through, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the slaw for my slider. So I'm doing like a slaw coleslaw situation. So I just have a bag of coleslaw here. I'm just gonna use a half a cup because I'm just making one serving for myself. So I'm gonna add that to my bowl. I'm gonna take some sea salt and sprinkle that on top. Just sort of like a pinch. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put on the slaw dressing type situation. So for that, I just have some mayo. I'll be using 1 tablespoon. I have some Dijon mustard. I'm going to be using a half of teaspoon. Garlic powder, onion powder, and a splash of lemon juice. I'm going to go ahead and assemble that. So again, 1 teaspoon of mayo, a half a teaspoon of my Dijon mustard, a splash of lemon juice, some garlic powder, let's say half a teaspoon, and then a half a teaspoon of onion powder. You just go ahead and mix it around. I'm gonna use my tongs so that it doesn't spread everywhere or pop everywhere. I'm gonna just go ahead and just give that a mix. And then after I finish mixing that up, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the refrigerator and let that just sort of like marinate while I'm preparing the rest of my food. I'm just mixing it all around. Just make sure that everything is well incorporated. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of black pepper. So just have some black peppercorns and just do a couple sprinkles of that. And this is what it's looking like. So nice and creamy from the mayo. But then the lemon juice sort of like gives it that nice tangy taste. And that's all you're doing for that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this into the refrigerator. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and check on my onions. And again, they're getting nice and translucent, and I see they're getting a nice little golden brown. So now I can go ahead and add my jackfruit. So I already went ahead and I rinsed them very well, just so I can get the juices off from it being in a can. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add the shredded jackfruit, and this is what it's looking like. Okay, so I'm gonna just add that right to my pan. So again, it's one can of jackfruit and a half a cup of onions. Just mix that all around. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my seasonings. I'm gonna use the same seasonings, the onion powder and the garlic powder. But I'm also gonna add some paprika and some of my sea salts. And again with seasonings, you know, we just let like Tabitha say, it's your business how much seasoning you put in. So let's go ahead and season just like I would anything else. You know what type of seasonings you like, so do that. I'm gonna go ahead and give that mix around so that all the seasonings coat the jackfruit. Now I'm gonna just let that cook down until it becomes nice, soft, and tender. I'm gonna just let you guys see what it's looking like so far. So with it all shredded, this is what it's looking like. You can see that? So like a nice shredded texture and consistency. All right, so I'm gonna let that cook, and then my next step is I'm gonna go ahead and once it cooks and it becomes nice, soft, and tender, I'm gonna go ahead and add my barbecue sauce on top, and I'm gonna pop that into the oven for like about another 10 minutes, along with my cider buns. I'm gonna just have everything toasting at the same time. Maybe add the cider buns towards the end of that 10-minute span. But that's really it. Again, we saute some onions, put our jackfruit in, put our seasonings. So simple, so easy. And I actually tried this recipe with some tofu yesterday. I did the exact same thing. I just added my tofu. So I sauteed my tofu with the onions. I let that cook down, let the water come out of my tofu, and then I put the barbecue sauce on top and popped it in the oven, and then I assembled my sandwich, and that was it. So that's really it for this portion. We made our slaw, and then we're sauteing our jackfruit.
Sounds like you got some good stuff going. All right. So now we're going to cut to Jess. Oh, we do have a question. Jess, Michelle wants to know if there's any way you can lower the camera. And Janine is asking, how much barbecue sauce?
Yeah, I'll keep the camera situation in mind next time, Michelle. And Janine, barbecue sauce. So once I finish letting that cook, saute on the stove top, once I'm ready to put it in the oven, I just like to coat the top. So it's really based on like how much barbecue sauce you want. So if you like it to be like nice, juicy barbecue, of course, go ahead and be heavy-handed with it. If you don't like too much barbecue sauce, just light little drizzle on top.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, Jess, whenever you're ready.
I think you're on mute, Jess.
Okay. Oh no! Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're good to go.
Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. So, as I said before, I'm going to be making a pasta salad. So I'm going to tell you my ingredients first. So we're going to make a dressing, and we also have seasoning and spices, of course. So you're going to need some pasta, of course. I just dropped it. So this recipe called for 16 ounces of macaroni. Of course, you can use any pasta you'd like, but I'm just going for the recipe. So this one is a brown rice pasta. I think it's backwards on the camera, but I found this at Walmart. I'm sure you can find it wherever you are. So this also happens to be gluten-free. So this is also a gluten-free and vegan dish. So, yep, so it called for the recipe, so I'm going to be authentic as I can to our recipe here. So, of course, after you drop your pasta, mine says it takes about 11 minutes. So, in the meantime, we're going to get our dressing going. So, it calls for, let's see, pull up the recipe here. It's my first time making it as well. So vegan mayo. So you can get any kind. So this one is a really good brand. It is Hellmann's. And if you can see, let's get the right way, it says vegan on it. So yeah, Hellmann's came out with a vegan mayo, which is perfect. So it calls for, let's see, 1.5 cups of vegan mayo. I know Follow Your Heart also makes a really good one. So if you can't find the Hellmann's, just find whatever you can, as long as it's vegan. You can also make your own. This recipe had an option to make your own mayo. I think the ingredients were tofu and some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 1.5 cups of my mayo. It'll help here. So 1.5 cups of mayo. And then, of course, it needs mustard as well. So this recipe called for a spicy mustard. So that's what I'm going to be using. But regular works well, would work well too, of course. Okay, so that's one. Just measuring out my mayo for my dressing. Okay. All right. It takes about half a jar to get to half. So you'll have some left over for whatever it is that you'd like to make. So we got our mayo in the bowl. And then we're going to go ahead with our mustard. This is just a spicy brown. Got a little mayo. Second. Here. Okay, so let's see how much mustard it calls for. It calls for 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard. So go ahead and get your tablespoon. My tablespoon here, it's disappeared from me. 1 second. Okay. So 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard. And then it also calls for 2 tablespoons of Italian dressing. This is the kind that I'm using. Of course, you could use whatever you'd like. I just picked this up. So 2 tablespoons of Italian dressing. I'm actually going to give this a shake. Italian, of course, has a tendency to separate. Okay. 2 tablespoons of Italian. We're going to go ahead and go with our seasoning. So it calls for, let's see, celery salt, garlic powder, black pepper. So half a teaspoon of onion, 1/8 of paprika, celery salt, and pepper. So I have some smoked paprika here. We're also going to use a smoked paprika for garnish. So it calls for 1/8 tablespoon. And you know, the paprika is good for color. Taste too. And we're going to put that on top at the end. So 1/8 tablespoon of that. 1/8 of your celery salt. So I have this. This is McCormick. Whatever brand will do, of course. And 1/8 of black pepper. Okay. So that's it for my seasonings. Nope, you know what? It also calls for relish. So sweet relish. Now my relish here. Any relish will do. If you don't like sweet, you can use regular. So I need, let's see, 3/4 cup of sweet relish, and it says do not drain. So I have my 1/4. So I'm gonna do 3 of these. 2. Just enough for 3. I am really lucky with my ingredients today. It was just enough for 3/4 cups. And that's it. So all you do is give it a stir. So remember, I have the vegan mayo. I have some spicy mustard, sweet relish. We have celery, salt, paprika, and some pepper. So I'm just giving it a stir here. And this is going to be the dressing for our pasta salad. Okay. Now, I'm also going to chop up some onion and some celery because the celery is going to give you really good crunch. And of course, I like the flavor of onion. So, 1 second. Knife here. 1 second. Okay, in the meantime, so we're going to take our sweet peas, and this is about a cup. We're going to add it on into our dressing and give that a stir too. I found my knife. It's hiding for me. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onion and my celery. So it calls for about 1/4 cup of onion. You can use whatever you like. I'm using red. I think red is beautiful for the color and the taste too. I think red onion is used most in raw salad. So just cutting up my onions. And that is really it. You just stir up your dressing. You add in your peas. You can use canned or frozen. I use the can. I like the consistency of canned peas versus frozen. But of course, if you want to use frozen peas, you could just sit them out on the counter, let them thaw. Now we can go back to y'all while I chop up my veggies. I'm still waiting for my pasta. We got a few minutes left.
All right, so we're back. Sounds like you got something good going on over there.
Yes, and it's so simple, you know?
Yeah. Just going to the comments. Let's check in with y'all, see what y'all talking about over there. Michelle asks, where do we buy canned jackfruit? I tend to get from Trader Joe's in Asian markets. What about you, Jazz?
Yeah, so the one I used today, I picked up from Whole Foods, but like you said, Ray, I've seen it in Trader Joe's, of course, Asian markets. I was just looking online to see, I think Walmart has some Sprouts. So, and then they also have Uptown is a brand they usually do jackfruit. When I was looking for jackfruit in the market, I seen that they had it. It wasn't in a can; it was sort of like in a prepackaged sort of thing going on. But yeah,
I've seen that, and they also have some. Actually, have it in the pantry. They have a banana blossom too that you can fry up like fish.
Yeah, I saw that. The Uptown brand.
I do like Upton. Let's see. Kalisa says, could one use ranch in the pasta salad? I make one with mayo, tomato, corn, and nopales, but I learned the black man invented ranch.
Of course you can. If you can find a good vegan ranch, absolutely. There are some that are on the market, so I think that would even give the pasta salad even a little bit more of a better flavor. So yeah, that sounds great.
I'm saying a nice. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jazz.
No, I was saying a nice flavor, but also a nice crunch. You know, the onion.
One of the recipes I think I want to try is this summer is, and possibly with ranch, a salad that might, like a pasta salad that might have some chunks of some vegan Gouda and maybe some vegan pepperoni. And throw a couple other veggies in there just to see. And I was trying to determine what type of sauce to use with it because usually I'll either do like vegan and Italian or I'll make my own. But I think ranch might actually set it off. So that's it. Yeah.
I feel like that nice savory, like easy type of stuff.
Absolutely. So we did want to take a slight pause. Again, we're talking about Juneteenth, and of course, you definitely want to try, if not at any other time, but there should be, other times to support Black-owned brand. So we were discussing Black-owned brands. Jazz, I know you said Kooples Tea House.
Oh, okay.
Black-owned brand here, and as far as what I have now, I have used Jamie Foxx's brown sugar bourbon in a recipe before, so I didn't want to use that today. So I did do I did rum instead. But what I will be using today, just to give you a sneak peek on when it's time to visit my kitchen, Tabitha brown seasoning that she has in partnership with McCormick. It's an all-purpose seasoning. They flew off the shelves when it came out. The hype died down a little bit, but it was still kind of hard to get. I was able to get this off of Amazon, thank goodness. And this has garlic, ginger, pineapple, and mango. And the good thing about this is that it's no salt.
Oh, okay.
So it's an alternative to use. So I said, I want to go ahead and try this out just to see, because I am doing some grilled vegetables. And I usually have to do the salt and pepper initially before I put the other flavorings. But I kind of want to give this a go. We're going to walk this road together and see how it is. So this is, again, it's a partnership that she has so that, she is getting some coin off of that. I am using 2 different grills today. So one of them is going to be the George Foreman. Now, he was bought out a few years back, but, at the time that we got it, George was still getting some coin. So just to let you in it's a misconception that this was actually George Foreman's grill. It wasn't. Someone else created it, but he actually was the one that they approached to endorse it. So with the endorsements, of course, he was getting, his part of the coins. And then, once they bought him out, they were the George Foreman brand company. They got to keep the rights to his name. But again, he got a hefty sum. So that's one of the grills I'm using. The other grill I'm using is a Black-owned brand by the name of Crux GG. That's CRUXGG. Now this Black-owned brand, you can take a Google and you can find their website. You can order from their website. I myself purchased it from Target. They do all kinds of appliances. They have like toasters, waffle makers, and things like that. So I'm going to give their smokeless grill a go for this demo. And another Black-owned product, the burgers that I will be using will be Everything Legendary. Now, this is actually from a local. I believe they are, if they're not Baltimore-based, they are definitely DMV-based. I've been hearing good things about the brand, so I picked these up. Now, I was able to grab these from Target. They weren't readily available at all the Targets, but I did find them at a few that were local. So I'm excited to give them a shot. So yeah, that was that. So while Jess is still cooking, we wanted to talk about, cookout season.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be kind of intimidating,
This brand's her seasoning, I love that she didn't use any salt in it because it keeps in mind like our people who are, struggling with health issues like high blood pressure or our dialysis patients, and like, it shows that she took some time to think about, okay, we want to be inclusive of everyone, and it's just really going to show that you can play with flavors, and it doesn't have to be like salt or anything.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love her. I'm still a little salty. I didn't get any of her clothing out of Target, but that's okay. I'll wait for the next go round.
So, have you all ever been to a completely vegan cookout? That's like my dream.
Yeah.
I was about to say you have, because I wish.
No, of course, I've been to ones where they have options, but like, I don't know. I guess you got to get the right. I mean, of course, people have friends that are vegan. So, have y'all ever did that? Let us know. Are you having a vegan cookout this summer?
I actually did go to a vegan cookout back in 2017 on Instagram. It was Vegan Fit Fam was the Instagram handle, and they hosted a vegan cookout. It was in Philly. So for 2 years, I went up there. They did it for 3 years. I wasn't able to go to third year, and then COVID happened. But it was awesome. Like, it's just nice being around other Black people. All the food was vegan. Potato salads, oyster mushrooms, burgers. They had the folks out on the grill, and just nice time to, talk, connect, and just enjoy other vegan companies with some vegan food. So I loved it. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but it was awesome. And I know that Gray, plant-based stripping Gray, he does a cookout too. Mm-hmm. I think he's based, is it in Atlanta, I think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they believe they're having a Father's Day cookout this weekend as well. That's one of the things that you can check. I know you are anxious to get out, and sometimes you can be discouraged if you are the only vegan or there's not much amongst you. But check your local areas, especially with things opening back up a bit. Check around your areas for this summer because there's a lot of vegan festivals, and some, even if it's not in your immediate area, grab up a couple of friends and make a road trip of it. Go visit a spot and check out, any of their annual festivals. Like here in Baltimore, we have the Vegan Soulfest, which has been going for a while. It's a huge festival. Obviously, we took a little break because of COVID, but Vegan Soulfest is one. I mean, all over happening now. So check out our page, because when we do find out about certain events, we can post them to stories. So that way you can be in the know. But also, just take Google for your area. You might want to check some Facebook groups. Just look for either Black vegans or vegans, and put your state or your city, so that way you can find out some more information.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like vegan is becoming so more accessible these days and more popular. So there's so many different options. Either, like, if you have family that's not vegan, you can always pack your stuff up. Yes. Bring some burgers, some veggies, make some veggie kebabs. For the burger, bring your own bread, and just always just try to be prepared, coming to all these different functions.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I know over the years with me, and you'll probably notice this too as you get out and you start cooking a little more and experimenting. It wound up being like, oh, what's that? So, oh, let me try that. So, oh, are you bringing that one dish that you make? So let me tell you, you'll get a little frustrated because most people will want to try your dishes because they look good, they look healthy. I'm sure that they will smell good, that visually appealing, and then they try to eat up all your food. But then they'll have their food, and then they'll have your food. So with recent years, I had to put a little pause on. I was like, oh no, you can get a teaspoonful or a tablespoon, and that's it. Or you can also just volunteer to do certain things. So if you have like potlucks or someone saying, oh, okay, everyone bring a dish. Well, you can just volunteer to do some sides. I mean, pasta salad is something that's obviously naturally vegan unless you put like cheese or something in there. But you can bring it and people would just dig right in. Sometimes I make pasta salad I might spice it up with a little bit of nutritional yeast, give it a little cheesy taste to it, some sweet basil, put a bunch of different veggies in there, and people tear it right up. So that's another way to infiltrate yourself into cookouts so that everyone can partake. Just say, hey, well, I'm going to do a dish for this, so that way they have theirs, but then you also bring your own food, so that you have your food to the side, because what you don't want is to be like, oh, well, y'all ate all my food and all I have to eat now are chips and pretzels. So we don't want you to go hungry this cookout season. So yeah, just plan strategically. Just plan strategically. You know, I think it's great. People want to try new things. I love introducing people to different vegan dishes, showing them it's not just French fries and salads. You know, we eat good. I get all my calories, as you can see. I don't want for any meals just because I'm a vegan. So it's exciting to me to show people different ways to do things. And we even have family members that say, "Oh, well, I'm having something. What do you want me to fix?" And literally all the time, because there'll be like a nice grilled vegetable side or something to that effect. Different family members will want to get some of it, like, "Oh, this tastes so good. That tastes so good." With the evil grin, like, So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, but you just have to strategize and make sure nobody eats up all your food.
All right.
Right.
Speaking of pasta salad, we can come on back to me and I can finish up my dish.
All right.
Pasta is ready. Hey y'all, so just for a recap, I am making pasta salad. So the pasta that I have is a brown rice gluten-free pasta. That's what the recipe called for. You can use whatever you'd like. So here we go. I boiled it, drained it, of course, and I just ran a little bit of cold water over it because, of course, this is a pasta salad. So we don't want our noodles to be too hot, especially if you have a cookout and you have to serve it closer to the time, and it'll be ready. So we also made our dressing, and our dressing consists of our vegan mayo. We have celery salt, paprika, onion powder, and black pepper, as well as sweet peas. So I also cut up some celery and some red onion. So I'm going to show you here. So it calls for about 1/4 about each of these, but of course, you know, if you like more onion, if you like more celery, you can do either or. So here's my celery and onion. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pasta, our gluten-free brown rice pasta, and I have a bowl over here filled with our dressing. I'll show you how that looks as well. So here's our dressing. If you can see, it's got our sweet peas in there and all the other good stuff. So I'm going to just add it to my bowl. And all you do, we're going to give it a little toss. And then I'm going to add my celery and my onion to it. So when you're stirring, if it looks like it's more soft than pasta, don't worry, because pasta, of course, is going to soak it up. So I just add my pasta to my dressing and just give it a little toss. Yeah, and you know the good thing about this, you can even make it the night before. As you know, when you put anything into the refrigerator, and salads like this, whether it be potato or pasta, it'll marinate overnight, and all those flavors that you put into it will taste even better the next day. So I'm going to show you where we're at. I just added my pasta, my gluten-free pasta, to my dressing. All right, so how we're looking. And all we do now, I'm going to add my mixture of my celery and my red onion. And I'm going to give that a stir too. Gotta have that crunch. I think, you know, of course you could add whatever vegetables you would like. Tomatoes probably would be good in it, like grape tomatoes or cherry. So you can give that a try as well. Oh, I love the colors. You know, it's funny that we call red onion red when they're purple. I think I need to Google how that came to be. But yeah, so colorful. So easy, right? So all I'm going to do, I'm going to put some smoked paprika on top for garnish. So my organic smoked paprika. Mine just happens to be, of course, you know, yours doesn't have to be organic. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little on top of my salad for flavor and for garnish. Let's make it a little pretty. Because if you want to eat it, you want it to look good, especially when you lay it out on your cookout table. And that is it for our pasta salad, our gluten-free vegan. Can you see? Oh, I hope it is showing its justice. But it looks really good to me, and this is so simple to make. Get you some pasta, get your mayo, your dressing, and your spices, whatever vegetables you'd like. I use celery and onion. You're good to go.
That's looking good, Jess. It looks like you seasoned it very well.
Mhm.
Yes, you gotta have the flavor. So you can even use a little bit more than it calls for if you'd like, but I did stay true to the recipe.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, guys. So before we go on over here, we did have a question. So Miss Joyce Wilson asked us, "Good evening, ladies. Sorry I'm late. Question: I'm about to go full-time living in my RV. I can't possibly fit all of my kitchen appliances in there. Help me decide what goes and what doesn't."
So
I love that, Joyce.
I admire you.
yes.
I'm so,
Oh, you can go ahead.
you go ahead, Jess.
Okay, so I guess minimalism is definitely a thing. So even if you are not living in an RV, a lot of people these days want to have a minimalistic lifestyle, whether it be minimal appliances on their counter to have a cleaner look, or just to, not use as much things like electricity. So I'd say essentials, something you could get that works for a lot, even if you don't have a stove, is an air fryer. So if you have like some type of electric in your RV, an air fryer is really good. So what would you guys recommend for essentials?
I would say so, Joyce. Congratulations on deciding to RV living. That is so exciting. There's opportunities to go out and travel. I'm so interested in that lifestyle as well, but I haven't taken the step. But I've given it a lot of thought. So if it was up to me, I would definitely have. At first, it depends on what type of foods you eat and what type of meals you like to put together. Are you a simple type of person, or you are someone like to cook? But and giving it a little bit of thought, I would have a blender, because if you're doing like soups, you can always mix, in a blender, make a soup in a blender, or smoothies, or sauces, or things like that. So that's a good piece to have. You can also do like just a stove top, just so you can, do like you have at home, like a regular stove top, like those one stove burners. And then also, like Jess said, either a convection oven or an air fryer, so you can do like your baking or frying or heating things up.
Yeah.
Joy said she's nervous. She has a lot of appliances.
Oh. Gotcha. That makes sense.
You got this. I was free spirited. I admire it.
Absolutely.
You can always, once you make your decisions or you get your grill tops or whatever, you can do a yard sale or sell it off and get a little extra cash to put it in your tank. Because the way gas is loading up right now.
I think another thing, you just have to think about like your power source in the van. So like just think about that, and if like look at the watts that your appliances need, and then just go off based on that.
Yes, and good luck, by the way. Good luck on your journey,
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to take a quick step over to me, and let's see what I got going on, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Okay, so I already let you know about the George Foreman grill. So we used that. And what I did was put the pineapples on it. So again, I used the Appleton rum, as I mentioned. So I used that. I had Appleton rum, and then I made a mixture. So I made a mixture of agave. Don't shade me. I know it's time to get some more. Okay. I have agave. I use cayenne pepper. I use crushed rosemary. I do have fresh, but the crushed will go better just to mix in. And I also use cane sugar, or you can use sugar in the raw. When you're grilling, if you want that extra crunch, you can do the sugar in the raw, the turbinado. But for this one, I use the cane sugar, because I didn't want to get too much crunch into it, especially because I was doing this with the Foreman grill. So it's just a little more simple on the grilling side. So you mix up everything, and as you're grilling your pineapple, you just take that and you brush it on. Now, if you really like to have a firm taste in your pineapples, you could soak them in a little bit of the rum. Shouldn't take long. I mean, it's pineapple, so if you want to soak it for maybe like an hour or so, just depending on how strong you want your pineapple. So I soaked mine. Okay. So I soaked mine for about a half hour. Then I made my mixture. And as you're grilling, you just take like a little brush and you just grill it on the side. So as I was flipping it on the Foreman grill, I was just brushing it down, brushing it down, brushing it down, brushing it down, flip, brush it down, brush it down. It smelled really good. I mean, the scents that were coming were heavenly. So I just want to show you what we're looking at for the pineapple. And it's so delicious. So let me show you. You see that? So I got a little crisp on there. If you want to go for a heavier char, you can. So you get the heavier char. And then you just put that to the side. Now with my crux grill here, I am doing the veggies and the burgers. So I started off on the veggies first. Now I made veggie kebabs and it was really simple. Now with the skewers, here's a trick in case you didn't know. When you get your wood skewers, you just soak them in cold water. So when you are grilling them, that helps to keep the wood from burning up and all that. And you don't have to worry about burnt wood all up on your food. So that is a trick to do. Or you can have steel skewers, depending. So, that's your prerogative. So with my skewers, I cut up some eggplant. I had some cherry tomatoes. I had some red onions, some zucchini. I had yellow and orange mini sweet peppers and mushroom. And it's kind of fun because you can assemble it like any way that you want. You can switch it up the next time, or you can turn it to the side. So no one skewer was exactly the same. You can flip it any way that you want to do it. Just take a look at that. I made like little clocks. Isn't that cute? So yeah, just adding the pieces. You can do, if you want to get slick with it, you can like throw a piece of fruit in the middle. You can even throw a pineapple on there or a mango. If you're going to use the Tabitha seasoning, because this does have pineapple and mango in there, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. So you might want to throw that on there. So since I'm not using salt and pepper, what I'm doing is just using the oil. And the oil that I use is the grapeseed. And if you remember from our previous happy hours, you just want to try and get an oil that has a higher smoke point. Olive oil does have a pretty high smoke point, but grapeseed has a higher smoke point. So I like to use that whenever I'm broiling or sauteing. So I put the oil here just a little bit because I don't want to saturate it. These are water-based veggies, so I don't want them to sweat and then soak up the oil. But I have just a little bit here, and then all I added was Auntie Tab seasoning. I want to actually see what goes on with this, and people are raving about it, so I'm really excited to see what it has to offer. So as it's on the grill, you just want to brush it. Really simple. Make sure you get all up in those groves, okay? So you can get that seasoning on there. And if you want to go real hard with it, you can go ahead and just sprinkle some seasoning on it. But no, I just want to brush these on. I also made some slices. So I do have just some zucchini slices and some eggplant slices. In case I want to make a sandwich or anything like that for leftovers, I can make myself a nice sandwich or whatever, depending if I keep the eggplant on longer, I can make some eggplant bacon. Anything that you can do, wherever your creativity is going to take you, let it go ahead. Just travel safe and conserve on your gas because gas is really expensive right now. So yeah. So that's it for that. And then I am going to add the burgers from Legendary. And with that, I'm not going to add anything to them. I am literally just going to lay them on the grill. And this grill is pretty simple. It also has a griddle to it. So if you also wanted to do griddle, you can do griddle. Or if you wanted to just do the smokeless option, you can. So it's simple as that. So here's my 2 burgers. I'm going to lay them on the grill. And when we come back, we're going to have us a nice looking burger. And we're going to have us some nice kebabs. and I am going to eat it, and then I'm going to be happy and probably fall asleep. But yeah, so when we come back, we'll see how these turned out, and I'll get to taste it. I'm really looking forward again to trying this out. It's called Sunshine by Tabitha Brown. So again, I found it on Amazon. So let's get back to the lovely ladies and see what Jazz has up for us next. Take it away.
All right, everyone. So while I was away from the camera, the last time you see me on camera, I was sautéing the jackfruit and the onions. I was waiting for it to soften up and get sort of like tender. So once that cooked for about 10 minutes, I went ahead and I added some barbecue sauce on top. I did about 3/4 cup of barbecue sauce, but if you wanted more, barbecue-y, of course, go ahead and add more. So I just put that on top, and I put my oven on 350. I put that in, and I just let that bake down. I took it out after about 10 minutes. I mixed it around. I put a little bit more barbecue sauce on, and I put it back in. And then this is what we're looking like. So you can see that it cooked down pretty good. It's nice and tender. That's what it's looking like. And it's ready to go, and I'm ready to assemble my sandwich. So again, towards the end of my jackfruit being in the oven, I went ahead and I just threw my buns in. I got these from Whole Foods. It's just the Whole Foods brand. These are dinner rolls. And of course, with anything, always read your label to make sure that it doesn't have any milk or eggs in it. So I just toasted it so I can go ahead and assemble my sandwich. So I have 2 slider buns or dinner rolls. I'm gonna go ahead and put some jackfruit on there. And then I took my coleslaw out the fridge. And I'll show you guys that. This is what it's looking like. So it's nice and marinated, and the coleslaw sort of like absorbed the flavors. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add that on top. All right, so it's all about layering. So this is what it's looking like. And of course, I thought about like marinating some pickles. So like, not pickles, some red onions. So putting in a jar with some sugar and some apple cider vinegar and letting that, sit overnight so it can become like pickled onions. That would be delicious on there. But you can also put some pickles on there just to give it like that nice crunch. But I don't have any of those, so this is what we're working with. So you just put the bun on top and you're all done. And doesn't that look delicious? And the flavors just come together so well. So you have the coleslaw, because I added like a little lemon juice, so like a zesty coleslaw, and then you have like the sweetness from the barbecue sauce. So it's really like a play on flavors and textures. The jackfruit is nice, soft, and tender. The coleslaw is crunchy and creamy. And then you just have the softness from the bread. So perfect little sliders. And if you are serving this at like a cookout, you can get some toothpicks just to help the sliders stay together. And you're all set and you're good to go.
Delicious. Can I see that one more time, please?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, that looks delicious.
It really does, Jasmin. It needs like a photo. It was really good.
Well, a little bit of the meat.
Good.
Okay,
It's so good. So good. I love the texture of the jackfruit. It's just like so tender and chewy.
Yeah, me too.
Delicious.
All right. So let's see what Jess is going with her delicious looking pasta salad.
Oh yeah, I'm finished.
All right now.
Yeah, mine is done. So
Great, great. All right, well, our burgers here are just about done. And I've got 2 delicious looking kebabs. And I figured, because I have the pineapple, I'm just going to keep it simple. And as opposed to using bread or like any rolls, with the slices of the eggplant, I'm actually gonna make that as my sandwich. I have thick enough slices of eggplant and put that over top. And I can either try and handle it, or I can just slice it up. It just depends. It just depends. If you're not interested in putting like the pineapple on the burger, you can also always put your favorite vegan cheese. There is a bacon that I like to use that's from Sweet Earth. I like to use their bacon. We do it a lot of time for breakfast. If we're doing like pancakes or waffles, so we use that. It's also a welcome addition on the burger. And if you like pineapple and bacon, you can do that with your burger as well. So.
Ray, the best bacon I ever had was from Slutty Vegan. When they came to Baltimore, I went to the truck and I picked up some of the bacon. It was delicious.
Yes.
It really
Her
was.
food is delicious. The long lines are always justified. Always justified.
Yeah, when she came, I was out there all day.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like you're never wondering like what the hype is, because when you taste it, you understand. You understand.
Right. Exactly.
All right, so I just want to give you a little show on my eggplant pieces here. Got a nice grill and sear on them. And my burger is done. I didn't want to do it I didn't want to get it too charcoal grilled. You could if you want, obviously, but it's got a good enough char for me, especially because I'm using it with the eggplant. So let me just show you. Doesn't it look good? And it smells really good. It smells really good. So I'm gonna put that on top of there. I am gonna take my rum pineapple flat. I'm gonna save one because I'm gonna eat the other one just regular. And I'm gonna put this here. And I don't want to do any condiments because I feel like it would be disrespectful. I've got my seasonings here. I use Auntie Tab stuff. I got my pineapple with the rum. I just want to keep it simple. And then let me show you. Look at the sear on these veggies.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
That looks so good. I'm so glad you brought the grill, Ray. I'm so glad that you brought the grill out.
Oh yeah.
Yes, plastic cookout essential.
Absolutely, you could do it at home, or at your cookout. So.
Absolutely, and for days like today when it's in the 90s here, and you don't want to go outside. You can always do this, and it's smokeless. As long as you have your water pan here, it's smokeless, so you don't have to worry about coughing fits or having your detector go off, and you can get some good stuff going, just like cookout food in your own home.
Definitely.
So you can use something like this or your foreman, and you can bring your food to the cookout. Really, like you don't have to worry about sharing the grill with meat if that bothers you. You don't have to worry about any cross contamination because you'll have your grilled food and everything. All you would need to do is just warm it up, or just bring depending on where you're going. If it's hot enough, take it right off the grill, disconnect all your appliances, and head on out. And then make sure you bring tasty beverage from any of the 3 beverages you've seen tonight, and you'll have everybody looking at you with the side eye like they didn't bring anything.
Right. Hey, Ray, did I miss it? Is the eggplant your bun?
Yep.
Wow, I love that. Yes, eat all your veggies.
Yes, all of them. all of them. And I intentionally made like a good amount because, obviously we're going into the Juneteenth weekend, and there's Father's Day, so it's very highly likely that the grill will come out. My man, he's a dad, so he's probably gonna want to bust the grill out. If he wants to stand outside there, he can. I'll stand inside here and just hand him some water or something. But we got the veggies ready, so we can definitely use it. And now we can check this out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So just want to plate up my pasta. So finished product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to do the taste test of the food?
Let's do it. I've been waiting. I haven't tried mine yet.
You're saying nothing but a word.
I'll wait for you. we have a question from Michelle Jackson. It says, are the recipes going to be posted? So yes, if you stay tuned, the recipes should be emailed out to you. So if you got this email in order to watch, we'll be emailing the recipes after the show. So look out for it.
Absolutely. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. Mm-hmm.
These legendary burgers are good. This is my first time tasting them, but putting it with the pineapple, it's a good look. It's a good look. Yeah, with the pineapple, if you guys try this, I definitely recommend don't do the condiment. Put the pineapple with the burger. Change your life. Change your life. So real quick, I do want to try this anti-tab. Come on, Tab.
Good. What's the flavor like for the Tabitha brown seasoning?
What I first get is like a little bit of spice and pepper, and then mango. It literally all comes together. Let me see what else she got in here. So I'm gonna read the ingredients to y'all because I am a baby right now. We've got ginger, thyme, red pepper, turmeric, allspice, cilantro, garlic, maple syrup powder, pineapple powder, mango powder, onion, banana powder. Wow. This is really good. I am so glad that I tried this alone without anything else. You put this on your veggies, you don't need anything else. Like you don't need anything else.
It sounds so versatile.
It is.
You could use
It's
like
so many
a lot of
flavors.
different recipes.
I love it. I love it, guys. I highly recommend that. It's like a party of flavors happening, and you don't know which one because it's all touching you in the mouth at the same time.
And where did you pick up your seasoning from again?
Amazon.
Oh wow, okay.
I highly recommend this, y'all. But yeah.
Well, I can say my pasta salad is really good. Those simple flavors of the smoked paprika, the onion powder, and the celery salt, they really come through.
Nice.
And you get that good crunch from the celery and the onion. And I know once I put this in the fridge, all the flavors are gonna marinate, and it's gonna be even better tomorrow. So
it's the marinating. You just got it. It's like when I fix mine, I'll put it together and then I'll put it in the fridge and then I take it out to see if there's anything else. You gotta let it sit. You gotta let it sit.
Absolutely.
How about you, Jazz? You quiet, so I guess that's a good move.
All right, that's always a good sign.
You see, I'm quiet over here. It's so good. It's so delicious. I have no words. I just want to eat.
Right. Well, we are so happy that we spent another happy hour with you all. We are grateful for the time that you've decided to give to us. We do not take it lightly. We appreciate you. Please just make sure you check out all the resources that we have. We have the eggless guide out there. We've got so many resources on our page and recipes as well. And we will be publishing again. We will be publishing the recipes from tonight on the website as well. So, please just go into summer ready. Go into summer ready. And there's so many different options. You can do vegan ribs. You can do vegan meatballs. Make your own glazes for them. There's no reason why you would be at a cookout and be hungry.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I did see another comment. Sorry,
Go ahead, Jess.
I was saying someone said she doesn't think that we have her email address. So to sign up to get our emails, I believe that's through the website.
Yes, please. Yes, if you go to the website, or also too, just in case you have any issues, if you want to just inbox us, it looks like you are on Facebook. You want to inbox us there or on Instagram. I'll be on the lookout and make sure to add you to our list.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, ladies, any closing remarks?
No, I just want to wish everyone a happy Juneteenth, a happy Father's Day, and be safe, everybody. Stay cool in this piece. Yes, thank y'all for joining us for another happy hour, and we will see you next month. So make sure you tune in for that.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Yes, and I just want to say thank you guys for joining us and participating and engaging with us. We always appreciate you being here with us. So thanks so much. And we hope that you got something to take home or take away from this that you can possibly try at home.
And also hit us up on our socials and let us know if you made anything from tonight's stream. So once you get the recipes, let us know if you made it. Please. Or if you just took away how to make it and you make your own, let us know too. We'd love to hear it. So, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.